Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of 3 Wide with Tom Ludermoser. Before I get into the video, I want to thank everybody for who has subscribed to this channel already. After only 4 days, just about 4 days, I have more subscribers on this channel than I do my sales channel, my car sales channel, my dealership channel, than I have done since December. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the comments, the likes, the thumbs up, the whole 9 yards. I really appreciate it, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. At the end of the video, it'll be right about here somewhere. And then also hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I do more content. With racing going on just about every day of the week, there's going to be a lot of content rolling in, and I'd hate for you guys to miss some. Also, I will be in the future upgrading the camera, which right now is just my iPhone. I will be upgrading my laptop so I can be doing some editing, video editing, and I do want to get a microphone too so you guys can get some actual clear, crisp video as well as sound too. I want to put some videos, some cars racing right here, you know, where you're watching. I want to have some fun with this. I'm going to be hopefully going to a couple of races this year as soon as they start letting people go. Get you guys some first-hand accounts of what goes on at the track. Maybe it's a track you've never been to and you'd like to see kind of all the sights. I want to hook you guys up with that. That's what I want to do with this channel. So again, thank you. Back to the video itself. The Truck Series race was tonight. Very, very good race. Very, very entertaining. Very fun to watch all the way throughout. One of the big storylines of this race was, of course, the bounty, the $100,000 bounty. $50,000 of that coming from Kevin Harvick alone, who is one of the top drivers to ever run in the Xfinity Series. So it's pretty cool to see him try and get somebody to knock Kyle down a step. In order to qualify for that, you have to be a Cup Series regular, as well as beat Kyle Busch. They have to win the race, I believe it was. I don't remember all the details. But anyways, the only two drivers that ran today were Chase Elliott in the number 23 iRacing GMS Chevrolet, and John Hunter Nemechek in the number 8 Ford F-150. So, as with most of these races have gone, there's been no qualifying. They picked the starting positions through owner's points. So, Ben Rhodes got the pole position on the green flag. You got to remember, it's been 3 months since most of these guys have been in a car. Almost 3 full months since they've been in a truck. Not all of them have really competed since then. You've got Kyle Busch, obviously, Ross Chastain, obviously, both of whom running all 7 races. Brett Moffitt has been racing as well, and of course John Hunter Nemechek being a Cup Series regular. Those guys are the only ones that really have any experience since this whole COVID thing has gone. So anyways, started on the pole, immediately showed that he never would have qualified there with the truck performing that the way it was. Lost the first position really, really quickly. To give you guys an idea also, these are my notes for this race. That's a lot of notes. I don't take that many notes. So this was a big race, a lot of fun stuff going on, a lot of fun, entertaining racing going on. And that includes in stage 1, where competition caution, Ross Chastain started 27th. The competition caution comes out. By end of that stage, he wins stage 1. Going into stage 2, he ended up getting some damage on the right rear of his truck, and he just wasn't the same the whole rest of the race. But anyways, so stage 2, with about 16 laps to go, Chase Elliott pulled off, about 16 laps to go, I think it was, pulled off and ended up winning stage 2, which was a sign of things to come. But we didn't know that. He got mired back into traffic. He was always up front, but never quite super competitive like we'd like to see. At the beginning of stage 3, before the final run to the race win, Kyle Busch ended up getting on the point. Of course, it's a truck race, and it's Kyle Busch driving Kyle Busch Motorsports equipment. Gets to the point almost immediately. Todd Gilliland ends up going around, damaged his truck pretty badly. bunched them all back in together, of course. And then on the restart, a very entertaining restart. A lot of competitiveness, a lot of competition, a lot of racing up front, a lot of racing all throughout the track. But pretty quickly, got another caution, and this time it was Jesse Iwuji. Ended up getting he was a lapsed down car, just getting in the way. Ended up getting Brennan Poole and Stuart Friesen, catching them up, unfortunately, in the lap traffic incident. Pretty much ruined both of their days, which he hit pretty hard. He hit that truck really hard on that outside wall. But that brought everybody back together. Restart. Ross Chastain takes off, ends up getting the lead from Kyle Busch. And then you have another caution, again, real quick. This time, Natalie Decker on the outside line just lost the rear end of her truck, slid up the track, and Brennan Poole just slammed right in the back of her. He was just not having a good day at that point. Really unfortunate to see any of these guys wrecking cars. Decker was doing pretty good. She kept herself clean through the whole race. You didn't even know she was there, unfortunately, but that's also a good thing because she didn't wreck the truck. But anyways, so again, another restart. This one was really fun. Young up-and-comer Zane Smith, really, really competitive. Ended up going up, trying to get the lead. He ended up leading. He led I think somewhere around 10 laps tonight. He led a few laps, and some of those were even beating Kyle Busch for that lead. So very, very impressive watching him in that GMS number 21 Chevrolet. Again, another caution, this time for Garrett Smithley. He hit that inside retaining wall going down the backstretch, bringing out another caution. 39 to go. Now Kyle Busch comes into pit from the lead, but he ended up changing his tires. He did this. This is the last set of tires he had. They didn't want to do it earlier, so that way towards the end of the race he could have fresher tires. About 39 to go. I agree with that call. Bring it in. Get the 4 tires. He came out pretty far back in that pack, unfortunately. Zane Smith started on the front this time. Very, very, very competitive restart. Chase Elliott and Tyler Akram all being very competitive on that restart. Akram second, Elliott third. But Kyle, he came from, I don't remember where he was. I think it was like a little further back than 10th. He could have been, he was out of the top 10. Like that. He was in the top 5. Really, really, really quick. Unfortunately, there's an issue at that point for Matt Crafton. As the cars are starting to come up to the Geico restart zone, you see Matt Crafton's yellow number 88 truck down on the apron, coming into the pits, and you could kind of see the rear wheel kind of wobble. Unfortunately, that turned out, we found out a little later on in the race, that turned out to be the track bar mount broke off the chassis in the rear, so that killed his day. They were done. They were out. But again, great restart for those 3. Zane Smith, Chase Elliott, this time Johnny Sauter, all really, really aggressive restarting. All 3 got out pretty far ahead. And then Gilliland again is the caution flag. This time he just destroyed the truck. Zane Smith returned to the lead on that point. Restart, Johnny Sauter got out front on the restart. Kyle Busch into the top 5. That was very impressive with about 26 laps to go. Didn't stay that way. Johnny Sauter had a truck he wasn't very happy with in the beginning to the middle of that race. Towards the end, he was doing very well, but just not exactly where they wanted to be. 24 to go. Chase Elliott ended up getting the lead. Kyle Busch restarted 5th. They were packed. 3 wide racing. A lot of fun, entertaining race. This was by far probably one of the most entertaining races I've watched in a long, long time. That 24 car truck though, he led the next 24 laps. He was out there, 26 laps. did a very, very good job. Zane Smith, he raced Kyle Busch again, very, very hard. And I think, honestly, if it wasn't for that, I don't think Chase Elliott would have won. If Zane Smith would not have held up Kyle as long as he did, Elliott would not have won that race. There was a pretty good, very good battle. Arguably the best battle all day. It was for 6th place at the time. For almost 10 laps straight. Sorry about that. For almost 10 laps straight, Sheldon Creed and John Hunter Nemechek were racing for 6th place. Very, very, very entertaining race. A little bit of beating and banging, swapping that position left and right. A couple slide jobs. It was very fun to watch, and Fox focused in on that. They ignored the lead because Chase was out there pretty far, and they focused on that race during a what do they call it? The split screen NASCAR nonstop. They focused on that. They raced for almost 10 laps over those positions. Ended up Sheldon Creed getting the better of it, but in the end, Chase Elliott ended up winning over Kyle Busch by a little over a second. Kyle just kept getting in the wrong places at the wrong time with the lap traffic. That didn't help him. He wore his stuff out trying to get to that point. For a minute there, I thought he was going to catch Chase. I thought it was going to be a race to the finish. Him having the better tires, I figured he would have been able to pull off with it, but he did end up not doing it. So Chase Elliott wins that $100,000, his 3rd career Truck Series win. Your top 5 goes like this. So you got Elliott up front, then Kyle Busch, Zane Smith. Congratulations on that top 3, that third place finish. That was a very, very impressive run by him. Brett Moffitt, great comeback from 2 broken legs from that motocross incident, and Sheldon Creed in the top 5. So my takeaways from this race are Ross Chastain with that damage on the right rear. It killed his chances, but he was still very, very competitive throughout the whole race. Just nowhere near a race-winning truck. He had never gotten there with that damage, but very, very competitive the whole rest of the race. Like I keep saying, you give that kid a Tier 1 Cup Series ride, he's going to go out. He's going to be a NASCAR champion one day. I mark my words. Zane Smith, really, really impressive. Again, can't stress that enough. I'm very, very impressed with him. Kyle Busch ended up finishing 2nd to Chase Elliott. And at the very end of the race, and this made me smile and laugh, Chase Elliott grabs the flag, shakes it a couple times, and does the Kyle Busch bow. Perfect. That was fantastic to the end of that race. That was really, really cool. And you can see the smile on his face. Kind of, I mean, it's not like a Cup Series win, but a little redemption for the last couple of races. Kyle Busch ended up passing 81 trucks during this race. Some of these drivers don't pass that many in a career or a season or in 5 or 6 races, depending on how good you are. But Kyle Busch passed 81. He needed to pass 82. Couldn't get that 82nd truck. And then GMS Chevy Silverados, the RSTs, they ended up finishing 4 out of the top 5 were GMS supplied trucks. So a lot of Chevy power in the truck series. The Kyle Busch's lone Toyota was the only one out there that kind of broke that up. But either way, very cool race to watch. Very, very fun. Couple of storylines out of that. Obviously, Chase getting the bounty. Kyle Busch at the end of the race, he kind of just walked away. You could tell he was irritated. He grabbed his bag and kind of chucked the bag up on top of the deck lid of the truck. Put his mask on and kind of just walked off. You could tell he just wasn't very happy in typical Kyle Busch fashion. But we'll see what he has to say within the next day or so, see if he gets a response. We might have already gotten one, but I've tried to upload this video 6 times. It keeps getting interrupted by either memory shortage on the phone or phone calls. So I apologize about it being late that I got this up here. But anyways, again, thank you for watching. I hope you guys did watch the truck race. Please comment. Please let me know what you thought of the truck race. Please let me know how you think I'm doing on the videos. I love hearing your guys' feedback, whether it's about the subject matter or the video itself. It can definitely help me make it better in the long run, make it better in the future. Thanks for watching. You guys have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you tomorrow for Cup Series racing at Charlotte again. Good night.